Hi, welcome to Strength Reversed. It's Amy. Thank you so much for being here today. It is the first installment in my Light Seers Sundays series, and this is where I am going to pick one of the major arcana cards from the Light Seers deck and do the corresponding tarot spread that is in the Tarot for Light Seers book. And I think as I do the spread, and they're small spreads, this one only has 3 cards, I'm also going to lay the corresponding cards from the Muse Tarot because that's a newer deck to me and I really want to become familiar with it. And I think it would be fun not only to compare the cards, but just see how the flavor of each card is a little different in the Muse deck and see if it augments or adds anything to the reading. And I really have a goal of reading a little more for myself because although I prefer to read for others, I find it very difficult to read for myself. I don't really do like monthly readings or anything because I just don't find them very useful. I don't refer back to them or make use of them in any way. And when I have a specific question or when the emotions are high, it's very difficult for me to read. I would much rather have someone else read for me. But I do want to push myself a little and also become familiar with the decks. And I love both of these decks. They're beautiful. So the spread for today is called the Cosmic Cauldron, and I will tell you about the positions once we get started. But the Magician is what came up about a week and a half ago when I was meditating. I pulled a card, and sometimes I don't flip the card over until after I'm done meditating, and then things come to me much easier, much more easily. And what the Magician means to me is a lot about tools, making things happen, manifesting, and having everything you need to create, or have everything you need to, having all the necessary skills. Sometimes I get into this rut where I doubt myself or I have imposter syndrome because I think there's always something more to know. I have to wait until I know everything. I have to be an expert and before I do anything, otherwise I'm kind of a phony. But what's come up for me over and over as I'm journaling or meditating or reading tarot cards is that I already have all the skills that I need. I have all the tools that I need and I just have to go ahead and do it and take action. So that's why I'm rambling on this video without really thinking about what I'm going to say, because if I think about it too much, I get stuck in planning mode. One thing I really love about all Magician cards is depicted here in the Muse Tarot, where you have the 4 elements and you have this person who is connected both above and below, connected to earth and also connected above into the beyond. And is she channeling that energy? Is she bringing what she wants down into reality, into the mundane, into the physical? Or, you know, it's probably a channel that goes both ways. And that's something I really like. And, you know, when I learned that the traditional RWS deck, the tarot has all of the, has a wand, has a sword, has a cup, has a pentacle, has all of the elements at their disposal, and is already mastering as much as they need to master to make use of those tools. In the shadow side, of course, the Magician can be about sleight of hand or tricking people, or, you know, if you think of a magic trick, that kind of magician relies on pulling the wool over someone's eyes. So is it phony baloney? I don't think so. Also, if you go on the Light Seers Tarot website, they have, Chris-Anne has a journal kind of thing that you can download, and I just printed off the page for the Magician. It has a lot of the information from the book, but the tagline, I guess, for the magician is, I manifest the life I desire through energy and intention. And that's in the book too. I'll show you the colorful copy. So this is about manifesting, and I'm not going to tell you the topic that I'm reading about or what I'm trying to manifest, but the universe keeps telling me that I'm ready, that I'm not going to be more ready, that I have to just jump in there and do it. I'm helping out a new teacher who's never been in the classroom before. And it's like, how do I explain teaching to you? I don't know. You just have to kind of do it. Like, I can give you some pointers, but I can't tell you everything you're going to need to figure out. You just have to do it, and then you'll know. And then you'll know, you know, the things you need or the things you need to change, and it's going to change all the time. So I'm going to lay out this spread, and I'll show it to you. It's just 3 cards. So we have the Magician, and it says, hold on a second. Where are my glasses? I cannot read a thing. Place the Magician here and ask him to help you call your dream into reality. So I'm aware of the dream that I have, or the calling that I have, that I want to call into reality. It's the one that I keep telling myself, am I ready yet? Am I ready yet? Other people are probably better than me. And then we have card number 2 is as above, and card number 3 is so below. So number 2 is, what would the magician say about your dream? Allow him to interpret the card you pull. And number 3, so below, is what actions can you take that will help you make your dream a reality? Okay, I'm gonna flip the camera. So I pulled the Magician, and I haven't pulled the other cards yet, so we'll just shuffle and pull those and see what it says. I'm nervous, oh my gosh. Okay, so this spread is called the Cosmic Cauldron of Dreams, a spread for manifesting dreams. And we have the Light Seers magician in that Cosmic Cauldron, stirring something up, bringing something into reality. And I'm going to pull cards 2 and 3 at the same time. So we have as above, so below. What does the Magician want to say about your dream? So I guess you can think of a dream, put it in your head, and we'll do sort of a, I don't really believe in readings for the collective, but if you'd like to partake, go ahead. And then the so below, what actions can you take to make these dreams a reality? Okay, this is not the first time. In this deck, this card loves to come up for me, and it's the Queen of Wands. Let me move these out of the way. I don't know why I'm at an angle here. It just makes everything cuter to be at an angle, I guess. The Queen of Wands is a lot of energy and very sure of herself, but I think she's someone who doesn't need things to be perfect. She finds a lot of joy in the action that she takes because her passion is behind it. And even though she's putting a lot of energy out into the universe, I feel like she's mostly focused on herself, and she's not looking for anyone else's approval. Let me find that in the Muse Tarot. So in the Muse Tarot, this is the Queen of Inspiration. Is that some sort of cheetah right there? Which is a really fast animal. Again, someone who's very introspective, but who almost has the power of something greater behind her. You know, she's connected to something that she's connected. Her energy is connected to, let's call it source, or to, you know, whatever we're calling it. There's a lot of fire there. I do have a lot, even though I'm a Scorpio, I have a lot of fire in my chart. That's what my astrologer friend tells me. So I am very fiery, and I think the water that I am sort of makes the fire a little wishy-washy. I'll blame astrology. I blame astrology for all my problems. So I really like, I guess the Magician is telling me to stop looking for approval outside of myself, and okay, you know how Instagram sends you messages from the universe? I just saw an Instagram reel about this today, where it's not about seeking the approval of people you don't know. It's your own approval that's important. And I don't mean in I'm an asshole, but I approve of myself sort of way. I mean, like, I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and so doing it can be my own joy. I don't need someone else to say good job, although that's nice. And then the so below, what actions can I take that will help make this a reality? Another queen. That's fabulous. Queens are more internally focused, more emotionally focused. The Queen of Cups. Damn these court cards. Come on. What action can I take? Well, I guess just to sit in it. Right? Just to do it. She's really, I would call her grounded, even though she's sitting in water. She is also above water. She's kind of balanced. It's like a temperancy sort of thing where she's not completely submerged. But I think she takes those feelings and really just enjoys them and is able to manage them and balance them. Let's see what the Muse card says. Oh, that's the wrong queen. Hold on. This is going to be the Queen of Emotions in the Muse deck. And she's very powerful. This card actually, okay, this card actually, as I'm thinking about this, was because this was on my little altar, little shelf that I have, and I put a candle by it and different, you know how we all have a bunch of gemstones and rocks and crystals and stuff. Come on, you have that box of crystals somewhere. I have this little tarot card stand, and as things like the Magician come up, I'll put them on the little stand and just contemplate throughout the week. And I have a lot of Queen of Cups, and I have a little, the little heart boxes of chocolates, the cheap chocolates that have little things on them at Halloween, at Valentine's Day. I have one that says the Queen of Hearts, and that has special meaning for me because you guys know I've kind of been through it over the last year, and this card has really saved me a lot. And I've really learned that just baby steps are okay. And then it doesn't have to be all or nothing. And to be right here in the present is where I need to be, and not feeling like I need to be 10 miles down the road or 10 steps further than I already am. And that's where my power is. This card represents to me stepping into my power, which I feel like is what the Spirit has brought me over this last year. I think, and it's interesting how we have the balance of fire and water here. I love it. And I love this balance too. It's a very balanced spread. So, I think this spread is telling me that I'm the shit and I should just do it. Here's the spread if you want to see it a little closer. Take a screenshot and whatnot. I hope you can see that. Okay, let me switch this around. I hope that wasn't too rambly. Anytime I read tarot cards, I feel like I have no idea what I'm saying. Does anyone else have any idea what I'm saying? If so, please interpret in the comments. I'm going to go through the Light Seers deck. It's all shuffled up, and I'm just going to see what the next major card is that I bump into, and trust that that's the next card I'm going to do for next Sunday. So I hope you guys liked my little reading. I liked trying this spread, and I liked being held accountable, so thank you. And if you tried some other cards, let me know, or make a video of yourself trying the spread. If the spread didn't make sense for your question, it totally made sense to me, so I guess that's good. So let's see what the next, okay, the moon. More water, oh, yay. So I will be back next week with the moon, and we'll take a look at that. Thanks for joining me. Bye.